What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of the Point in Progress podcast, your one-stop shop for news, recommendations, and some spicy takes. Join 5 friends across 3 time zones and 2 countries every week as we discuss all the things that we love and still think critically of them. Today, we have my illustrious co-hosts for episode 1. We have Sly. How you doing, Sly?
Doing all right, Mario. What the fuck was this?
We haven't got to Mario yet. Mario doesn't exist right now. We haven't got to him yet.
All right.
Okay?
Sorry about that.
I need to ask you about your drink
audio listeners,
before we keep going. Your drink.
Okay, so this is my drink. It's from Dutch Bros. It's blue. It's called a Dino Egg Frost. You can't see the pink anymore, but it was gorgeous. It's delicious. This is not sponsored, but Dutch, at me. That's it. That's all.
I've never heard of this place.
Episode 1.
This feels like a Oregon thing from what I know.
It's from Southern Oregon. It started in Central Point, which is about 20 minutes away from me if you're speeding. It's like Starbucks of Southern Oregon, but less hipster and more outdoorsy bro-ish.
Okay.
If you get my vibe.
Yeah. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm in 120 zone, I'm going 130. All right, I'm just saying. Fee, how are you doing?
I don't know kilometers.
How are you doing, Fee? How's your day going? How's your week? As she composes herself.
Can you see us? Hello. Hi. Hi. We're over here.
Oh my god. For the people who are actually listening, Frank is apparently just joining us mentally. I'm doing great. My week's been pretty good.
How are you recovering from Attack on Titan? How's the recovery going?
That's a don't ask me about it face if I've ever seen one.
It's
I feel like I gotta ask you
okay.
every week.
Yeah, it's okay. I talked about it for quite a long time last Tuesday when we talked about it. That last episode was not the best one because it was all over the place. But no, I'm still recovering. And I appreciate everyone who's been DMing me about it. Thanks, guys, for constantly a nice reminder of that happened and that it's been going great.
What's it like to be known to love a anime character so much that people contact you as if they've actually, like, someone in your family actually died?
Honestly, it's happened a lot more than I expected, and it's weird, but at the same time, as something that everyone knows of is what is it? Why can I not think of the word right now? A comfort character where you are so attached to a specific character, and then when that character inevitably meets their demise, that it becomes very weird. I mean, I'm not completely depressed, but I mean, it's borderline. You know what I mean? Just borderline.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I just want you to know I debated sending you flowers.
I'm the one that lost his job, and you're sending flowers about fictional characters. How much is it to get an obituary written into your local newspaper?
Yeah. Can you give us the number to the Halifax Emerald or whatever it's called there?
Oh, the Chronicle Herald? Yeah, I'll give them the number.
A eulogy written by you?
A specific one about said character. I am not giving, as a heads up, I will not be spoiling Attack on Titan or any of the other animes that I watch in this show, on the show. My God, words are hard. But yeah, we've been spending a lot of time talking about Attack on Titan.
All right, Frank, how are you? Hello. How's your week
I'm
going?
good. I'm great. I feel really good today. I woke up early. I had myself a bowl of beans, and I was able to just get the day started.
Or in the can.
No, like in the can, but as in a bowl, then in a bowl.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So you had a bowl and put the can inside the bowl.
Yes,
And
I
then
ate them out of the can, but the can was in a bowl.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I feel like that's how all the fancy people eat their beans, you know?
Yeah, I plated it
In a
up like a
bowl?
Gordon Ramsay special.
Yeah, they don't want to get their bowls dirty. Mario, how are you doing today? You've had an eventful week.
Yes, if
I thought we were talking about it.
No, if I didn't have mic problems. Yeah, it's been a week. It's the longest week of my life. And I'm so happy to be here and no longer thinking
So
about
glappy.
it. So glappy.
Oh my god.
I'm
It sounds
making
so
fun of
wrong.
thing. I'm sorry.
I don't know why that
It
sounds so
disgusting.
dirty.
It sounds disgusting.
Glappy's
I'm
not
so
something-
fucking glappy right now.
It's glad and happy combined.
Yes.
What's sexual about that?
100%.
It just sounds dirty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey
Frank,
girl, are
what
you
about
glappy
them
right
together?
now?
Oh god.
Well, I hope this podcast will bring some levity to everybody, not even to you, Mario, but to everybody that's having a long week.
Yes.
So for housekeeping, we launched this thing, the Point in Progress podcast, and it is the five of us on a podcast. Usually it's going to be five of us, but there's going to be guests. There's going to be people coming in and out and stuff like that. But usually it's going to be five people. We're all in 3 different time zones: Pacific, Central, and crazy Halifax time, or Nova Scotia time, or whatever you call that time. Over on that-
Atlantic time.
Atlantic time. Sorry, Atlantic time. And with 2 different countries, Canada and the United States. This is a crazy endeavor, but like I think it's gonna be so much fun, guys. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, everyone here is super talented, super creative, and I'm happy to be working with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so happy
can't
for
wait
this.
till we start making content that is not even the podcast, but more stuff on top of it. And it's all about accessibility as well.
Y'all are gonna make me
Sly,
cry.
don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Here, to
Sly.
distract
We
Sly,
did it, everyone.
Sly from crying. Tell us about the
did it.
accessibility part of our website.
We finally
Yeah,
have an
well-
emotional moment on the podcast.
I want to talk to also Sly because this is a big thing because accessibility is a huge thing now
Yes.
in 2021. It should have been way before this, but now it's becoming a really, really big thing. What is the big thing that we're doing for accessibility?
So, for anyone who doesn't know me, hi, I'm deaf and making a podcast. So that's fun, finger guns. Yeah, so our main focus for accessibility, we have 3 things that we're committed to doing from the start. We're going to have all of our this is 3, guys. This is 6. Thank you. So, first, all of our videos
This
on
is
our
gang
YouTube
signs.
channel will be captioned. Real captions, no auto captions. They will be captioned by hand by one of us every video. Second, we are also providing transcripts. So these will be linked in our YouTube videos and in the show notes if you're listening to this in an audio form. So our transcripts have image descriptions and all of the text that's being said. Third, what's the third thing we're doing? Image descriptions. On that note, all of our social media posts will have either alt text or image descriptions, depending on the platform, which works for which one. But yeah, that's, I'm not blind. I have a lot of friends who are, and so I'm trying to do my best to, they accommodate me, so I want to accommodate them as well, basically.
I can't wait until all our transcripts have me specifically. It'll say like Fiona glares, Fiona makes face, Fiona squints, because that's
Yep.
specifically like my emoting is me making faces on the podcast. So I cannot wait for all of that to be added because
Oh,
Judges
it's
in
gonna be
I
Canadian.
would
Yeah,
like
judge
for
it.
all my captions, if possible, whenever I'm laughing, just call it ho wheezing. I would love that. Just describe the way that I laugh. As...
You want to be called a hoe?
I've seen that in TikToks, and I thought it's the most funniest thing on the planet. So please, just refer. All my laughing is ho wheezing.
So one of the big things about this podcast is we're going to be talking about the news. We're going to be talking about gaming stuff throughout the week. So what we want to start with the checkpoint is what we've been playing. So Fee, what have you been playing this week? so far?
I've been playing Into the Gungeon and Journey to the Savage Planet, specifically because both came to Stadia.
Oh yes,
Thumbs up.
yeah. Fee is also the resident Stadia player.
Keeping it
A
alive.
resident,
Laugh just involuntarily comes out.
our resident Stadia shill.
Stadia's great, guys. It
It is. It is
it's
actually
been a lot
good.
of fun.
It is actually good.
It is a lot of fun, and for someone who has a computer and doesn't have a new console, it works really great for me. So no, it's been working really great. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Into the Gungeon reminds me a lot of Binding of Isaac, if you've played that before. It's honestly, I love Binding of Isaac, so being able to play something that's a little bit more of a shooter has been a lot of fun. Into the Savage Planet Journey to the Savage Planet, my apologies, has been a lot of fun as well. I've been playing with Lucas, and we've just been going off into the planet, and then I constantly die. He has to find a way to res me, because just like Don't Starve Together, I find a way to journey off into the beyond by myself. I get murdered, and I do something really stupid. So it's like, it's a win-win. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And then I put in my notes, because typically sometimes I don't even play games because I've been watching a lot of shows. So I just finished Fruits Basket season 2.
Yay, anime.
Anime, because that's all I've been watching recently. What up?
The anime's
Nice,
great.
nice. That's awesome. Yeah, Fruit Baskets. I watched the earlier version, but not the new. I haven't watched the new one. But the earlier version was a lot of fun. When I actually watched anime, now I just don't watch it. But I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change that.
You are
Drama,
and
capital D? Is that capital D drama?
Oh my god, it was it was constant, and it's 24 episodes per season. Well, the second season's 25 episodes, and it was just like, you want to make yourself feel like crap, but also be like, I want to watch more because it's so cute. That's what it was like. Yeah.
All right.
I would recommend it.
That's a lot of episodes in a
Zodiac.
season. All right, Frank, what have you been playing this week? I see Payday 2. When did that happen?
Yeah.
Why?
No. A friend of ours, Monzi Knows, started streaming Payday 2. So I am joining her on that every time they play. It's great. I have a lot of fun. It's a secret like game where the game's not great, but it's like a bag of chips almost. You know, you love to eat it, but it's not good for you. It's like it dumbs you down.
I feel that.
But I like playing it. I know some people have problems with it. I know what the problems are and how blatant they are, but you know what? It's a comfort game. I like playing it every now and again. And then of course, Mafia Definitive Edition came on sale overnight.
Dude, that game
was
looks
amazing.
Gorgeous.
It looks really gorgeous. It still has a blatant problem in it, which is the racing parts. I spent 3 hours today on the racing part because it's just the worst thing in the world. And then of course Escape from Tarkov. I love hurting. I love giving myself PTSD.
I was gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say. I love hurting myself, but I'm like, it doesn't sound right. No, I
mean, I play Dark Souls games. Like, come on. I know how that
I hate myself here apparently because I'm playing Escape from Tarkov, so you know how that goes. But I've been having fun. I've been having fun. Yeah, I can't wait till we start playing Tarkov, dude. It's gonna be. Yeah. I can't wait to show you how the economy and stuff works and all that. But that's it. That's all I've really been playing.
It's gonna be sooner than later because I think I want to pick it up probably by the end of this month. So I'm pretty excited.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to get some gear ready for you.
Mario, what have you been playing this week?
If I ever stop fighting with my microphone, I've been dabbling. So I haven't been able to play a lot of games this week. It's actually been kind of a busy week. Of course, last night the new Super Mario World. 3D World, yeah, that's what it's called, came out, and I never touched it on the Wii U. I just did not own a Wii U. However, I love the Mario games, so I was very much excited to give this a shot. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. Obviously, these specific Mario games are not the most challenging, so I'm just sort of like gazing through it, just enjoying the scenery, enjoying the music. The music actually has like a very like 70s feel to it, like sort of like those like almost like like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, whatever they're based on. They have like that kind of music to it, which is really bizarre. And I'm like, this is actually kind of cool. So I've been enjoying that game. I played it on stream today, and then of course I played a little bit last night. But really, I've just been watching movies. I've been watching TV shows. So, like, for a quick mention, I watched Evil Dead 2, which is a movie I love. I'm a huge fan of the Evil Dead series. If eventually we come down to one of our segments, I will probably talk about this in the future, just to try to convince people to watch it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Evil Dead
Evil Dead 2 is amazing.
Is just a fun, comedic, stylistic masterpiece of a slapstick horror film that I absolutely think everyone should watch, even just once, just to have a fun experience.
Are you excited for the game?
That's very excited for the game. I remember watching it at the Game Awards this year and just freaking out the fact that there was a brand new, next gen Evil Dead game.
It feels like it's kind of like what's the game called that came out last year? Predator kind of type thing. A little bit.
Yeah, like asymmetrical.
Is it by like the same company?
No, it's not by the same company.
It's not by the same company.
No, it's
Ilphonic, I think it's called.
What it looks like it's going to be, it looks like a little bit Left 4 Dead-y, because there will be a team of people. You will be different characters in the Evil Dead universe, which you can see in the trailer. So that's kind of cool. Obviously, it's going to be hard because everyone's going to just want to be Ash, but
I know. Yeah,
we'll go from there. But I'm curious of how they're going to adapt it in terms of like the movies. And there was a TV show for Evil Dead as well. But But
have you ever played the games?
I played Hail to the King on PS1. I played Fistful of Boomsticks on the PS2. I played Regeneration?
I believe it's Regeneration. Yeah.
Yeah, Evil Dead Regeneration. And they're so much fun.
They're so good.
One. Yeah, they're just fun. If you are a fan of the series, you're going to enjoy those games. By far. So I'm really excited to try a modern version of, an Evil Dead game. So very much so. But the main thing that I watched it after the Super Bowl because I was like, hey, I don't like football. Let me try the other football. And so I have heard nothing but great things about this show called Ted Lasso, which is a show on Apple Plus TV. You have to have an Apple Plus TV to watch it, sadly. So if you have an iPhone recently and you get the free 1-year trial, please try it out. It is also not that expensive if you want to just try it for a month. But I watched in one whole sitting 10 episodes. 30-minute full episodes, no commercials, just all the way through, and it is one of the most positive experiences I've ever had in my life. In terms of every episode kept leading to the other one, in terms of like how wonderful it was making me feel as a person, and the conflict of this guy who's a American football coach on like the amateur level, wins a trophy with his team. This woman brings it to England to work his club. I've never touched football, but just his positivity and his know-how-ness to unite people, he somehow changes over people slowly throughout the show and winning him on his side specifically, and it's just so wonderful. So if you get
sounds like a feel-good kind of show.
100%. So I'm watching back-to-back like Always Sunny and this. This is the opposite of Always Sunny. Always One in Sunny is like you hate the people, the terrible, awful situations.
Yeah,
it's
like Seinfeld. Always Sunny is like Seinfeld, where you just hate the characters,
but like turns up,
funny.
Just turn to the degree of just like
because like they don't have a censor. Yeah,
no, but Ted Lasso is the polar opposite, where it's nothing but wholesome, wonderful television. So if you need a light at the light, Ted Lasso joins the characters that I feel like are filled with positivity, and that's like Captain America, Superman, Deku from My Hero Academia, and then of course Dale Cooper, which is one of my favorites. So he's in that range of people that I'm like, I could watch him forever because his positivity is so bright. So yeah, that's what I recommend. I recommend Ted Lasso, and then of course Super Mario 3D World.
Nice. Sly, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing a little bit of a lot of different things. So
I can see that, yeah.
Start off with Astroneer. I've been playing. My friend Nani got really into it, and it's on Game Pass. So we live in the same complex. So when they come over or when I over there, we only see each other. So we've been pretty isolated, but we've been playing that together, which is nice to play something with other people in the same room. Just not something we're getting a lot in the past year. And then speaking of Stadia, I was I was in my lab hours, and none of my students showed up to lab hours. So I was just
Heck yeah.
sitting there for a couple hours, and I pulled up Stadia, and so I started playing Ari and the Secret of the Seasons,
Heck yeah.
which is pretty cute. It's
Yeah.
definitely like made to be a kid's game, but I'm enjoying it. It was low key something I could do just, on my computer while I had to sit there waiting for students to show up to lab.
We love students skipping lab. What up?
Yay.
It lets us play
Fun
Stadia.
times! Don't tell my boss. And then
That's the
I
person saying on the podcast.
Tell your
and then I
boss.
started Concrete Genie. It's one of the PS Plus games this month. They were
Yeah,
Blessing was
it's,
talking about it on the Kind of
yeah.
Funny Pod.
The
And
one
it
that you
is
paint, right?
gorgeous. It's so pretty. I started up. I only got through like the second half of the first section, I think.
Okay.
But I'm so intrigued. It's gorgeous. The story looks interesting. I was just, I was having a rough day. I just needed something to do with my hands, and I pulled this game up, and I just fully enjoyed my time with it. Like I said, I haven't played much of it, but I'm really excited to get back into it. While I was playing that, I had a podcast going because I can't focus on things. So I usually have a couple things going at the same time. And so I started Seen and Not Heard, which is a podcast made by a couple of hard of hearing folks about deafness, which obviously is something very near and dear to my heart. And that was like, the story is great. It's a great podcast. It's an audio drama about a girl who is late deaf, like navigating, like not knowing sign, but not really being able to hear, et cetera, which is, very similar to my experience. But seeing the creators be also hard of hearing in the podcasting space really inspired me, and was something I really needed before launching this. So that was really nice.
Nice. That's awesome. For me,
Nice.
what I've been playing this week is I've been doing some speedruns in Sekiro. I got a personal best of that. I was
You
really,
mad
really
lad.
proud of. An hour and 8 minutes, I
Nice.
finished the game. I was so happy.
Yeah.
And then
Incredible.
the other thing that I've been playing is Zombies. So Call of Duty dropped a new map for Call of Duty Zombies that it's called Firebase Z, or Firebase Z if you're somewhere that's not in Canada, or if you're just in the United States. But it's a really, really fun map. They put a fun little twist in there. They put like enemies like you see in Prey. So if you see like an item on the ground, you go up to it, it turns into a mimic, and it like stretches its arms and like grabs you and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. And it's got a cool Easter egg. It's got a really, really fun kind of storyline to it that kind of progresses the story for Zombies, which the story is ridiculously like out there now. But I just love Zombies so much. It brought my love back for Horde mode and love for Zombies, because I used to play that way back in like the PS1 days and like the old Call of Duty World at War and stuff like that. So I'm just really, really happy that Zombies is back, and I'm really, really enjoying it and trying to do the level 100 or round 100 challenge pretty soon here. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But on to the next segment. That is the only segue that I have right now on the top of my head. And that is the patch notes.
The patch notes.
Frank, take it away.
Yeah, so the patch notes is basically every podcast we're going to just be talking about some new segments that happen throughout the week. So our first segment this week comes from Deadline. Pedro Pascal to star as Joel in the Last of Us HBO series based on video game by Nelly Andriva. We have the Chernobyl creator Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann apparently heading the project at HBO. and Bella Ramsey of Game of Thrones fame will be playing Ellie as well. What do you guys think?
Nice.
What do you guys think of the casting? What do you guys think of the idea of a Last of Us TV show starting?
I thought the Bella Ramsey thing was fake, but then it's real. I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Not Gordon Ramsay's daughter, by the way.
Not Gordon Ramsay's daughter. No. Gordon Ramsay will not grace his presence on that set.
I will not let my daughter be an escort mission.
But honestly, I'm so excited for this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for this. I know that a lot of people have these reservations about like games turning into like media, like TV shows and movies and stuff like that, and most of the time they don't hit. But like, I don't know if you guys ever watched Chernobyl, the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to. I wanted to though.
Not.
It is probably one of the best pieces of television I've seen in the last while. Like, it is freaking, it's amazing. It's just done so well. The acting is done well. The cinematography is really done well, and the dialogue is done well. So I think I have good hopes for this. Also, Neil Druckmann is part of this, so that makes me happy as well.
He's on board.
Yeah, because usually when you have these things, they don't have like the people that created it on board when it comes to this stuff, and they just kind of make it whatever they want it to. But I'm super excited. Pedro Pascal is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I haven't seen enough of him to really get a good idea of his range. The only two things I've seen him in that I know I've seen him in, I'm sure I've seen other movies with him, but at least Mandalorian and Wonder Woman, and one of those is really good, and the other one's really bad.
Kingsman.
That's right. He's in Kingsman.
Also in,
he's the cowboy guy, right? With the
Narcos
whip.
as well.
He's in Narcos. Yeah.
He's also in Narcos as well.
He's from Game of
GOT.
Thrones originally.
Yeah, he's in Game of Thrones too. Yep. Yeah, he got his eyes.
That's a spoiler. What the? Oh my god.
Oh man, now I'm never watching Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Guys, the show sucked. Let's get over it. All right.
Okay, well, last season.
Last two
sucked.
seasons sucked.
His season was great. His
season
season
was
was
good.
great.
We can have a Game of Thrones discussion.
Don't worry. At this point, I probably bleeped that out.
Project.
I probably bleeped it out. Don't worry.
No, it's not bleeped out.
I'm
You should have already
sorry.
seen Game of Thrones by now.
That's my bad.
You haven't
That
seen
was-
Game of Thrones by now.
Yeah, well, I'm not
That's
gonna.
okay.
Anyway, so it's all
That
good.
was.
I mean, that was
Um,
all over the internet. That was all over the internet.
is-
at
that is
point,
fair.
By all means.
Mario, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
It says here that Kantemir Balagov is directing the pilot. Do you know who that is?
I believe it's like a first-time Russian director. I think
Okay,
he's
'cause-
coming off a movie, but no, I haven't seen any of the work. But at the same time, I think he might have done something on Chernobyl. I'm not completely positive, but
I looked at his IMDb. I couldn't see anything that I recognized, so I was hoping, like,
nah.
we'd
For
have some of it.
that, I don't. He was probably a new and up and coming person, which is fine. I think taking a brand new approach to this is solid, especially with the fact that they are casting, Pedro Pascal as Joel Miller, of course, if you are used to the game. So, what I do, well, first of all, one up. Another one goes to us Latino folks. Very happy about that.
Yeah, so Latinos are getting
That's
all
right.
these
We
cool
got
roles.
Solid Snake and we got Joel Miller. So I'm all
Dude,
about
Solid Snake, like being a Latino, kind of, I feel it.
Yeah.
feel
Did you
it.
guys-
It feels good.
Did you
Feels
guys
good,
see
man.
the rumors that Marash? I can't even say his name.
Mustafa
Marshall-
Ali or something like that?
Something I forgot how to say his first name. Ali. He was like rumored to have the Joel Ellie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or the Joel,
Mahershala. Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I first saw that,
would've
because
been awesome.
I saw that first, and I actually was like, yeah, well, why not?
Yeah, that would've been awesome.
I watched Moonlight. I can see that range right there in that movie specifically. I love him as this is going to be interesting, and I heard this before, so I don't know where I got the same thought, but Pedro Pascal, everyone loves Pedro Pascal for the most part. I'm not suggesting anybody here, but for the most part, he's loved. Especially the fact that even after Wonder Woman, however you think of that movie, playing the bad guy, he's still kind of likable in that movie in some aspects. So he's going to have to play a character that you might absolutely hate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's going to play a real asshole.
And he's going to have to... So it's totally different for him. So I'm very excited. He obviously played a bad guy in Kingsman as well, but he was also very likable. So who knows? So I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to this specifically. Speaking for Bella Ramsey, obviously, again, I was a Game of Thrones person. I watched every single episode. Was excited for the show. She blew me away whenever she was on screen. Whenever I saw her, she took command. So I have full faith that this person can absolutely win me over in the show and beat Ellie in a way that I haven't seen before or thought of. In the same way, I believe that Joel can too, and they're going to have different feels. I'm also not going to be this one-to-one person where I'm like, it has to be exactly like the game, it has to be exactly like the comic, the whatever. I've given up on that. I just think that as long as things have the soul of it, I'm totally okay with them changing things. Because I always have the video game. Like I'll always have that as the perfect version.
Yeah. How would you structure something like this? Like if you were in the chair, like would you do it in a certain way? Like when I think of this, I'm like the game's perfectly structured in the way that it time skips a lot.
Yeah.
And that can be an episode in and of itself, but how would you do it?
Depending on how much, obviously Bella's gonna age over the time of the show. I think she's 14 right now. Ellie, as in the current timeline, ends up being, and of course this could change. It totally could be different, but I think she's like 19, going on 20, from when we last see her in the game. I think they possibly can do the first season in either 2 parts, maybe 2 seasons, and there could be a time jump after that, or why not fill in that space? There could be so much more time with Pedro Pascal on this show. Do I want it to go on forever? No, I don't want it to have the same problem as a Walking Dead has with this.
If this is a limited series, I would be way more on board with that.
Yeah.
Than it would be like a
long
drawn out thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, there's a potential for Joel's past to be
explored
a lot more. The what is it, the 20-year gap between the start of the game and where the game actually starts?
Yeah, they can explore that. Probably could be flashbacks if they wanted to. Realistically, I would probably want it to be a solid 3-season show, but I don't know. I don't have complete faith that they'll be able to do that, especially if it becomes super popular. But I'm just curious how they're going to expand upon something that I already find I treasure to be very perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it's like, I don't think it's for us either.
No,
like it's for us, but at the same time, it's not for us.
Yeah,
it's for the people that have not played the game, that don't know that the game is like it comes from a game. It's like people that don't play games as a medium.
Yeah.
So for them, it's gonna be like, this is the first look into this crazy world where this, weirdly to say, this pandemic has taken over the world, and it's going to be their first look into this world. For us, it's like, yeah, we grew up with these characters, like we know these characters, and we're like, oh man, if they deviate from here, it's going to be a little weird. But like for me, I'm going to take this, and I'm really like, you know what, you guys do you. I want to see how you guys take this in a direction.
Yeah,
and even if it's a different direction.
No, for sure. And there's other aspects of the story that I hope that they flesh out more, especially with the Left Behind DLC that they had. I would like for that to be explored. And then
the 2 brothers.
The 2 brothers would be greatly explored, because I know that a lot of people have a lot of problems with it today, specifically about that storyline. And I think that I agree how short it is. But if they did expand upon it in this manner, yeah. At the end of the day, I don't think the show can only just be Joel and Ellie. It has to be combined with another set of people at some capacity.
You have to have an ensemble cast.
Yeah,
I think.
So I think that has to play in it in some ways. What I do love is that some of the actors from the game can show up in the TV show, which is cool. In terms of
put Troy Baker in.
That, and Bill from the first game is the same actor, is the same way he looks in the game. So that'd be so cool if they just were able to bridge that gap. So. But yeah, I mean, I am very passionate about it. I'm very excited for what they have in store, and then just whatever it comes. Now, I am afraid that people are going to have the same response that they did for Last of Us Part 2, and not by the story. I just mean that because we are in the pandemic and the way that we are, that experiencing something like that was a bummer for a lot of people.
Yeah, so, watching society collapse might not be good for people to see right now.
I mean,
hopefully this is enough in the future.
Out. Yeah. Like, we still got time, honestly. I don't think they even start shooting. I don't know if scripts are like fully ready to go on the show itself either.
Yeah, exactly. So we will see. We will see.
Yeah.
And if you guys are really worried, there's literally an anime called Japan Sinks 2020, and it came out in 2020, where it's talking about this massive earthquake that hit Japan and sunk Japan in 2020. So if you guys are really worried about reading the room,
I love how you brought anime into this somehow.
Yeah.
and it was
Absolutely,
relevant.
I did.
And it was relevant. Good work.
The thing is, like, when I God damn it.
Good
Pete.
job. That was
When-
that was actually pretty goddamn well done. I'll
Yeah,
give you that.
that was a good slip in. That was good. That was good. For me, that stuff never affected me, like personally,
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
games, like
Mhm.
of the thing, like dealing with a pandemic or anything like that, because I know it's a work of fiction,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Sure, it does hit close to home, but that never affected me from playing Last of Us Part 2 and thinking like this is something that could happen, because I don't think it can.
You don't think
But
until it
You don't.
happens.
I don't think. I'm not a doctor. All right, I'm not a doctor.
No, for sure.
Well, there
But-
are those ants that actually
There's
do
leg-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
there's some
parasite that
truth to
infects
it.
ants.
Cordyceps.
Yeah.
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 Well, you
Well,
know,
we're all screwed.
we're all
We're all
screwed.
fucked.
But the only reason why I bring that up is because all the Game of the Year podcasts that I was listening to, especially like Giant Bomb and stuff like that, that was like a heavy point that people kept
Yeah.
bringing up, and I want to respect it in some aspects. I can totally
No,
understand.
no. Yeah.
But yeah,
Makes sense.
for
Makes
sure.
sense. Yeah.
So we can't not talk about Pedro Pascal and not talk about his co-star on Mandalorian. This isn't really a full
Baby Yoda?
discussion. It's more of just a quick dunk on. Gina Carano will no longer be part of Star Wars, and this article comes
But-
from,
Finally.
I believe
Right?
it was Kotaku by Haley Williams.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it was Haley Williams. It might have been Kotaku. I'm not too sure, but of course we'll have
not to be
links and stuff
confused
like
with
that.
the singer of Paramore.
Yeah. So, hot off another Twitter backlash from the Mandalorian actress Gina Carano, Lucasfilm confirmed that she is no longer employed at Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to return in the future. They have been looking for a reason to fire her for months, and today was the final straw, said insider source quoted by The Hollywood Reporter. And then this comes from weeks of COVID denying, transphobia, and lately touting voter fraud and comparing being a Republican to being a Holocaust survivor.
God, I don't understand how you can be this stupid and not expect this to happen. Oh, by the way, we forgot. Fuck Gina Carano.
Fuck Gina Carano.
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Fuck Joss Whedon.
Yeah, fuck Joss Whedon.
And fuck anyone else that gets added to that list in the future.
I just want to say real quick.
Yeah.
Yes, you have the First Amendment right to freedom of speech. You do not have the right to freedom from consequences. So
100%.
talk shit, get shot. You deserve this.
You
And
got punched too many times in the head.
Yeah.
Are we all blocked by her, by the way, on Twitter?
Yeah, I am.
I don't think Harv
I'm
is.
not yet. Not
Harv,
yet.
send out a
Harv,
tweet right now.
Harv,
See
just
by the
tweet-
end.
just tweet.
Send out a tweet right now. Just ask her to
Hey, if
block
you get
you and
blocked
see by the end of this podcast.
Yeah, if you get
you're
blocked by the end of this podcast.
What do I
We're
tweet
the-
at her?
Canadians, we're typically not problematic. We're quietly
Just-
problematic and so no
Listen,
one knows.
I didn't do anything.
This is the-
I
this is the-
didn't do anything.
That's right. That's right. You
This is
did.
the tweet,
No,
Harv.
no, Sly. I'm saying
I said fuck.
no. What I was saying was Harv and I are the Canadians. We're quietly problematic until we need to be super loud. So this is why he and I are the only ones that haven't been blocked by Gina Carano.
I didn't tag her.
Oh, you haven't been blocked
All I
either.
said, literally, my entire tweet was, I can't wait until I get blocked by Gina Carano. No tag, nothing. Within 30 minutes. 30 minutes blocked. I feel so
Done.
bad for the interns who have to go through her social media. Like,
Yeah, it's
there's
great.
no way she's doing all that shit herself.
No, there's no way.
Uh,
There's no
Here's
way.
a tweet though, Harv. You add her right now and go, all my friends are blocked but me. Why are you doing this? And then watch after 10 minutes.
Why are you like this? That the stuff that she posts.
All right,
is
we've
just
wasted
stupid.
way
Too
too
much
much
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harv's
Too much
It's hard
time.
to
We're gonna
switch.
go to our actual second article, and this comes from CNET. Cyberpunk 2077 developer CD Projekt Red hit by a ransomware attack. Hackers reveals hackers threats by Sean King.
Here, Mike. Go step a little back from the mic, just a little bit.
Hello.
That's good. That's good.
You're good. You're good.
Better. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to get close so I could read. My eyes aren't the same as they used to be. CD Projekt Red also not looking to meet the attackers' demands. And if you guys want to see the the hacker demand photo. It's also in the doc if you guys want to see that. And then, of course, no personal data has been leaked according to CD Projekt Red. They got cyberpunked.
Yeah,
They
It's a
did.
bad release year for
you could say they've been
Projekt
cyber
Red.
leak pwned. Oh my god.
Cyberpunk. Oh no.
The letter
Oh,
that they
no.
posted is
You
just
got
so much funny.
pwned.
Yeah.
The letter
they-
that they put with the notepad is just it screams early 1990s.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
so the hacker group released, or actually by now I believe because it's not in the doc, they've already auctioned off unreleased source codes for and unreleased builds for Witcher 3 and Gwent, and I believe they've already auctioned off the Cyberpunk 2077 source code as well. I have a question. What is the point of stealing source code other than making it really good to do mods later on?
I mean, taking source code makes it so there's an alarm.
Wow,
that we just
so professional.
Oh, it was Mario.
I know we all looked at our phones. We're like, what the hell?
Mario messaged me to turn
No,
down my volume.
I'm gonna be honest. If it was my alarm, there'd be like the Attack on Titan opening blasting. So just saying.
Fun.
God, Fee, is it your goal to make an anime reference every news story?
I'm just saying, my alarm doesn't sound like that guy.
Fee, I will
Like,
say-
we all have the same alarm.
I will say you're the way that you have like the hand, the glove, like your sleeves. I'm imagining little kid hands for some reason, like in the like
You have
in the
baby
Tic Tacs.
hands.
Baby
You have no
hands
elbows?
coming out of your sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want
Cha.
to be a pirate.
I mean, yes.
For-
I mean, this is bad.
So, source code.
Yeah. So
the-
what
the
what
whole
what does
point-
source code get me?
The whole point of the source code is it's the code that they use to like do their changes and send out for certification. Really, that's what that code is.
Also,
And if somebody has the source code, they can change the source code to whatever they want to do. And like that is the code that goes into cert as well. So they in like the grand scheme of things, they have the game and they're just auctioning off the game itself for either for money, for free, whatever. it is.
usually a lot of information in code that is not in action or visible. There can be
Yeah.
a lot of other systems that maybe aren't implemented yet or were planned to be implemented but just got cut, whatever. There can be a lot of comments in there that has different information. Like code has a lot more information than just like the stuff it does, right?
Yeah, I also think this is similar. Like there, like you said, there could be files and stuff in there. I think what was oh my god, Niantic Dream? Is it whoever makes
I think
Niantic.
it's called Niantic. I
No,
think it's
I'm
just
sorry,
Niantic.
I'm sorry. Heavy Rain. Who does Heavy Rain?
Quantum Dream.
Quantum
Dream.
Dream.
Yeah, Quantum Dream. They had that problem with Beyond Two Souls with Elliot Page.
I was just talking about this like an hour ago, bro. That's
Yeah.
so weird.
I think it's similar where those leaked out too, and then there were things that were not meant to be in the game, but they were there because it was coded.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
stuff
because like
that.
whenever like as a person that's coded and stuff like that, you put code in there and you comment it out, be like, you know what, I'm going to use this for later, or I'm not going to use this right now. I'll put this feature in later. All that stuff is going to be there. So anything that they've taken out for release and stuff, it's all going to be there. So
yeah,
Yeah,
so
they've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we'll know if Keanu Reeves has a full body double that they don't want to be in the game, that they never meant to be in the game.
Do you think Keanu would be mad? I think he would just be like, "Oh, that sounds pretty cool."
That's
Probably be humbled in some way. But they, not only do they have that, they also do have the accounting, administration, legal, HR, and investor relations, and more. And one of the things they do say here is your public image will go down the shitter even more, and people will see how shitty your company functions.
I mean, we already know the company functions shittily.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already got that point. But at the same time,
Apparently, they got extra information that we ain't seeing. So I guess that'll be coming out because they're not reading demands at all. So they said, "Nah, we're not going to do it." So
I mean, the first thing I'll say is, "Fuck this hacker! You're a terrible human being for doing this."
Hello Kitty. This is a Hello Kitty hacker group.
fuck them. Fuck Hello Kitty. I'm adding you to the list. The list of people that we say
Wait,
fuck
the
to.
company or
The hacker group, not the company. Hello Kitty.
Okay.
Hello Kitty is a good company. Is it? I don't know. They probably have
I
bad
don't
worker
I don't
relations.
know.
don't
We
know.
do not support nor
Nor
denounce
denounce
the Hello
Hello Kitty
Kitty
company.
brand.
Yeah, I'm not
Until
looking to
we
get
learn otherwise.
get hacked by Hello Kitty.
Yeah, until we learn otherwise.
Probably don't want to make an enemy of them.
But yeah, I just think that this is just, it just sucks that, yeah, it's just someone stealing all your stuff and like being like, all right, cool, and then pay me back for it. It's ridiculous. They already have some major issues going on, especially when they just did patch 1 point whatever. We are still waiting another patch and hopefully next gen versions of the games. This is going to delay that probably for the fact that they have to deal with it.
Next gen is not going to come out till probably fall of this year.
Yeah,
if that.
If that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is going to be like a 2022 thing at this point.
Yeah.
And which is funny because I think the release schedule was supposed to be 2022 for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it got pulled forward or pushed forward to 2020, which is crazy to
That's
think
terrible.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all the developers that are there, honestly.
Yeah. Bad management does a lot to
Yeah.
really ruin a launch.
Yeah.
For sure. In this
Yeah.
case, I just bad on the hackers for being just
Yeah.
adding to be shitty people.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's where I see it.
No, hacking it's terrible because they're already down, man. You're dunking on them even more now, and it's just like
Oh yeah, you're punching them while they're already.
they're just trying to get out of this hole as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it just makes it so much worse. I'm just glad that no personal data was leaked. That's one of the biggest things, especially with all the employees working there and stuff like that, right?
That I mean, at least not player stuff.
Oh,
leaked.
player stuff. Sorry,
Yeah,
Well,
from
even
what
player
I
stuff.
can see here, there's a lot of internal stuff leaked,
Okay.
like the investor relations, HR, legal, administration, and accounting.
Yeah.
So there definitely accounting. I would guess is people's paychecks right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I can really say.
Yeah. So our last article for today is going to be, and unfortunately, this is a big sad for me and Mario, E3 2021 being planned as an all-digital event. This comes from, I believe, Kotaku again, by Mike Fahey. Last year for E3, this is the last year for E3, and this year it looks like the Games Expo is going to go digital once again, and Mario and I will never see the E3 stage ever again.
Yeah. So
Big
last year they decided to not do anything. They canceled everything. It wasn't until Jeff Keighley was like, "We're going to do a summer games thing," but really he was making an event of everyone else's events. So he was like a advent calendar of just all the different events that were happening throughout the summer. And
Yeah.
I actually I appreciate it because there's some stuff that came out from his stream. Like I got Tony Hawk 1 and 2 came out. Mostly Activision stuff actually. It was also Crash Bandicoot was also announced on that stage, so it's cool. So yeah, it looks like that they're gonna try and do something for E3 specifically, but at the same time, why? When we had a system kind of developed that's now already established with Jeff Keighley stuff, they're not working together. It's a separate thing altogether.
Yeah.
It sounds
But
like
it's
it's cost a lot of money to be a part of. So at least
I
six
want
figures.
one thing I will say about this last year. It was a mess. Everything was a mess.
It was,
when it came
to
to
be fair.
gaming news. It
Yeah.
was like we have an event in January of this date. We have an event in March of this date. And we have an event on. It was just.
And they were all lackluster.
And they're all lackluster at this. Yeah. So I don't like E3 as a show where where everybody. I guess I can't really say that because I've never been to E3, so I can't really say that.
Sure.
But I kind of miss everything being in one place, and having the press conferences.
Yeah.
I like the press conference side of it, going seeing the Xbox conference, the PlayStation conference, and seeing how they do it. Now that they're all digital, it's kind of cool, but I think you're right where we should probably go the other way with the other company with the other direction that they went. But they need to clean it up. They need to clean that shit up.
Yeah, they do. They definitely need to clean it up because it does feel great to have all that release of information coming out on all one big day, or actually a couple days, to be fair. that happens again also with like Comic-Con, when San Diego Comic-Con comes out, and I'm always like, all right, what trailer's dropping, what new reveal, what new cast, you know, like that's when we learned, before we knew it was bad, Batman versus Superman and all that. So
hey, it's coming back out again. It could
Oh,
not be
2 more
bad.
days, we're gonna get a trailer or something.
yeah, we're getting a trailer tomorrow, whatever time you read this or see, hear this.
No.
But yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. As someone who has been to E3 twice, and Frank obviously with me, you know, the year before this kind of crackdown, I will say the people that are at home have the best view still in terms of how to enjoy it, because you don't have to walk halls. And
You don't have to wait in line
lines.
for 3 hours to see
Yeah.
to play a 10-minute demo on a game.
Yeah. However, it is really nice to
You're
be
really
in...
selling it.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
It is really nice.
It's an experience meant for people. Honestly, it plays better if you're press. If you're not press, it's a lot of, here's the press line, which is like 2 people, and here's the consumer line, and it's like 40 people, and I honestly, it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth for especially a lot of booths. Devolver being one of them, where it's just like, well, you can't see any of our stuff because you're not press. It's like, then why are you?
I think the problem is E3 was this big press event, and that was the thing. And then enough people stopped saying, oh yeah, we're going to be a part of E3. Enough people stopped paying them to have that time that E3 had to go, oh, how should we make money? Let's let the public in. But they weren't designed to be a public show. Like, they were designed for press.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the biggest problems with E3 is them trying to do 2 things at once. And they were so successful at being a press show because that's what they were. And then they tried to make it into a like event, and it just doesn't seem like it worked as well. Like,
I agree.
It's trying to be a PAX, but not doing it as well.
Sly, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's everything I hear PAX is that E3 isn't. There's so many, but I will say there's so many random things that happen. And I've gone to E3 pre the people coming in, so I got to experience what that was like. And that was like way crazier because there was way more booths that were bigger. The reason this year, the reason why me and you went and there was areas that were like empty is because they were letting more people in. So they needed empty spaces for people to stand. But when I went, it was chock filled with stuff. And Lil Wayne is having a concert in the corner, like on a skateboard. Like, it was bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. Cause he was like, he was promoting, I think, the skateboard and the VR thing for Samsung. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, people are walking past me that I recognize from, like, as as a child, in the gaming industry and stuff like that. Like, it was nuts. So in the same way, like when I experienced it with Frank, there was some differences. And I knew when to, like, I'm not going to do that because I knew from the previous year. But at the same time, I was just like, So I think that going back to what this is, which is a digital all event, I'm happy that at least the name of E3 can still mean something in the same way that I think like the name of G4 can mean something. But we'll see. It doesn't sound like a lot of people are interested in this because it looks like in order to be a part of it, you have to put down like a $6 million, not 6 million, like a 6-figure offer. Yeah, to be a part of it. And that sounds expensive. Why do that when you could do it for free?
Why do that when you can just do it yourself?
Yeah.
From what I heard, it's not on the bottom end of 6 figures. It's on the top end of 6 figures. So,
and this
it's just not worth it for companies.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like, this is why PlayStation will stop going to E3, when you can just have your own event. Especially now that it's digital, there's no show floor anymore. Yeah. Right? Yeah. There's no show floor to go to. That's
Jeff
where you would have
do it, man.
No.
Yeah.
Just let him do it. Like, he knows what he's doing.
I will say.
Like, he doesn't agree with your direction. Like, just let him do it, man.
Yeah.
I will say.
And he does a good job.
No, he does a good job. I will say, I will miss, though. I remember seeing God of War for the first time on the screen. There's a giant theater that people were in, and I was like, that's cool. There's like an audience playing the music. But then the next year, they were like, we have 4 rooms, and everyone's going to switch between them. And I was like, weird. That's too much.
You went from that church thing into the big building because they wanted
to the white man playing the flute
thing. Yeah. They wanted it to do the Last of Us thing, and then into that was very, very weird.
I will say our experience at E3 was top notch. I mean, at least the Microsoft parts that we got kind of like VIP treatment with. Like me and Mario got to like literally sit front row at the Microsoft expo, or what was it, the Microsoft
the conference. Yeah, so if you watch the conference from 2019, you can see us in the front row.
Yeah, we're just chilling. Boogie 20 something. I don't remember his full name, but Boogie tried to steal Mario's seat.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, and we're like, hey, that's I was like, hey, that's my front seat, and he turns around, I'm like, Boogie? Like, what the fuck?
You know what? Just take it. It's fine.
No, this is pre-canceled Boogie, but yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
sure. Never mind.
I forgot Boogie got canceled.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was great. It was honestly, at least the stuff that we got to experience at E3 was really good, which makes me really sad that we're starting something gaming wise, and there's a good chance we might not ever see that E3 show floor ever again.
Yeah, as if I could
just come to
There's PAX though.
PAX is fine.
There's PAX.
Yeah,
Just come to
like it's every gamer's dream to
go.
go to E3. You know.
I'm a gamer and I was sitting there at E3. I was like, I don't want to be there really, because there's just
man.
so many people,
There's
and
a
it's
lot of
just
people.
so crazy.
There's a lot.
All I
of people.
hear about is how much work it is, how stressful it is. And like full disclosure, I have worked a PAX. I've worked many PAXs. I do not speak for them. But it's like even working a PAX, it doesn't seem as stressful. Obviously, I've never worked in E3, but everything I've heard is just like it's a full week, you're stressed, you're doing a million things at once, you're working all day and then up all night trying to get coverage. Just let people do shows throughout the year. Have a mini E3 for every company like once a year and spread it out.
Yeah, it's hot as shit in LA. You're bringing along this fucking giant PS4 you just won at a thing. I had to like stash a PS4 at a random hotel in one of the Sea of Thieves bags because I didn't want to leave it at our Airbnb because our Airbnb was sketch as shit. It was called the Alchemist's Den. It was the cheapest thing we could find in short notice.
We slept in a bungalow. We shared a bed. It was great.
Yeah.
Why?
On the second floor,
Adorable.
it was terrifying.
There's a stripper pole in the middle of the
There
room.
was a stripper pole in the middle of the room.
There's a stripper pole in the middle of the room. I have no idea why it was there, but it was
I want
there.
everyone to
Nobody
imagine
stripped.
Nobody stripped. Imagine a big room, and then every four corners of the room, there was like a bungalow that people lived in. That was the house, and a stripper pole in the middle. And then in the bathroom, someone was like, I like arts, and just took like every magazine cover and cut things and pasted it everywhere. Like that was that kind of.
So
Shit,
do the
that's
people in
right.
the four corners come to the middle to the pole and be like, "Yo, let's have a party"? Is that how it works?
I don't know.
I guess I don't know what happens in that
What
house,
is-
but the Alchemist's Den was
just-
was an experience.
Yeah, I just woke up to a kid watching like SpongeBob on a projector screen. I'm not sure. It was wild. It was wild.
just started watching SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a wild time, but
E3 is great.
unfortunately, we'll probably never see that.
I miss LA though. I'm not gonna lie. I know Frank hates it. I love LA.
Fucking, I just hate LA because it's hot and smells.
We got some great E3 stories. I would love to pepper them throughout the rest of the show. But
I will
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I agree with this. I will agree with the spell, but this is not a podcast dunking on LA.
speaking about hot smells,
Speaking of things that are hot,
Hot?
let's go to the segment number 3. Hot takes. Sly, take it away.
All right. Okay. So we just started pulling a list of hot takes from Reddit. We're not gonna give credit to who these are from. It's the internet. It's public domain. You can live with it. Anyway, so the one I pulled for this week, and I'm very excited to hear your thoughts and opinions. They say Pokemon is the WWE of video games. I love it, but goddamn, they are barely scratching the surface of their potential. Move at a snail's pace for progress. Drop things at the drop of a hat. Ignore fans and are hamstrung by executives at the top. So I ask you all: is Pokemon the WWE of video games?
who
I have a
hurt you?
question.
Not you.
Are the
specifically.
WWE games the WWE games the video games? I'm very confused.
I think for this question, they're referring
You
to the
have a
video
good point, Fee.
game. So I'm assuming.
Are there wrestling video games?
Yes.
There's WWE games on Switch, so I don't know.
Okay, as a resident, by the way, I'm wearing my Xbox shirt. I should be wearing a wrestling shirt. As a resident wrestling fan, yes, there have been wrestling games since the dawn of time. Going back
NWO versus WCW, dude. Let's go.
100% Nitro Revenge.
Let's go.
No mercy. But yes, so starting all the way back from the NES all the way up till now, WWE has had a very specific set of games leading up to the current iteration, which is the WWE 2K games, which is essentially every year there's a new one because we have to keep cashing it in. And
Better beat that cow.
Every year it's either you get a good happy surprise or you get a pile of shit. It's one or the other. It's no in between.
I feel like Pokemon is in that. So Pokemon, I am starting to hate a little bit because I played Sword and Shield and I hated every moment of it.
Fee, shocked face.
I finished it.
It's not great. I don't think it's great either, but
because Pokemon needs to it needs to evolve.
Hey,
nice.
It needs to become Digimon.
It needs to become Digimon. It needs to have more to it because it's been a rock paper scissors game for 20 something years. Give us something a little bit more. Give us something that's a little bit more I guess more open world in a way, and open world that works.
Sure.
Instead of lagging all the time and just you can't even move out there, and you're also forcing me to not be able to catch Pokemon at a certain level, and you just can't do it. What?
Yeah, screw them. Or have a Snorlax in the middle of the road. It's just just move the damn Snorlax. Let me walk over there. I need to go heal my Pokemon. There's obviously a station over there.
Dude,
I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
I just wish that they would just kind of move with the times. But the problem is everybody buys them.
Yeah, there's Temtems that came out last year, the year before.
Yeah,
and I felt like that was a little bit more open world because here's the thing, if you could go to the places that had way higher level Temtems, you would get your ass wrecked. And then you'd be like, you know what? I learned my lesson, not just
shouldn't be here.
The Snorlax on the road. Okay, I want to once again, for some reason the theme of this podcast is pain, is I want to be able to realize this is not the move I should have taken. And then I go back to the regular place.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you learn in the Pokemon games, right?
Yeah. Well, the formula is
have to learn by touching the burner.
Don't touch burners.
Put your hand on the stove.
We are not advocating for people touching stoves.
And I feel like WWE games are the same way because they just bring up the same shit over and over and over and over again.
It's the same combat.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of combat.
Yeah.
It's the same. It was the same studio for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Until they said no, they're not going to do it anymore. They want to do something else.
Yep. And now they moved on to new AEW games.
Yeah.
This person specifically said WWE as in the sport and not the video game.
I don't agree. That's why I'm only regulating it to the games because I assume that's what they're referring to. Because that's a weird comparison because things change very drastically every decade. So that's why I don't agree with that.
No, I just feel like it hasn't progressed, and I think that there was definitely potential, especially with moving over to the Switch, to have something a little bit more open world and having some new opportunities and new changes, whereas they've done is kind of upscale the visuals a little bit, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
And my only at least for me, I'm a casual Pokemon player. When I pick up a Pokemon game, I'm just looking to find a really cute Pokemon, go through the game, get to the end for the top 4, and then that's it. Whereas some people are okay, so I have to specifically go to this Pokemon area and I need to catch this Pokemon with this specific stats, and then I need to do this. If you're into that by all means, but I don't feel like it's really scaled in a certain way that it fits. It doesn't work well. I think they're just adding things rather than restructuring it.
Yeah, it's the same story beats. You go to a city, you get to a new city, you fight the gym leader or whatever they want you to fight. And then
Yeah.
a entranceway opens, then you go to the next city, and then you do literally the same thing over and over again. Like it'd be a bit like honestly, it would probably be a lot more fun if they just said, okay, go on your adventure. Here's a giant open world. Tackle these gyms in a way you see fit. Because most of the early games too is just like if you choose, I believe like water type, you're good for like the first 3 gyms because you already know what the first 3 gyms are.
God, the animations in the new one are just so bad too. But like
they?
I played, yeah, like they made like no effort in my opinion for like making the moves look cool or anything like that. I played Let's Go. What was the games that came out? Let's Go
Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah, that came out earlier, in 2020 or 2019.
19. It came the year
19,
before.
right?
19.
Okay, and then Sword and Shield was 2020.
Yes.
Right. I played.
Time's a flat circle, but yeah, we'll just say so.
2020 is a blur to me, so I'm very sorry.
I don't remember most of 2020.
DLC came out for 2020. So.
Yes, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, the DLC came out,
Yeah.
and like the game for Let's Go and Sword and Shield were like they were almost identical, and Let's Go is like a remake of Yellow, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
With
if that
assets very similar to the 3DS game, which I know they did work. I'm not saying that they did 100% do that, but they were 100%. The battles are very similar.
But like, that should be telling enough for like people that play Pokemon and stuff. Is like the game hasn't changed.
Yeah.
The game hasn't changed.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Frank.
Oh, if you take like the question, and I think I get what they're saying now, it's that Pokemon, like if you look at what WWE does every year, same combat, better visuals. That's literally usually what they try to do. That's kind of what Pokemon does. Same combat, better visuals.
Yeah.
I guess in a way, yeah, I guess right on that.
They'll spice it up every now and then. It's like, here's Mega Evolution, here's Z moves, and then wrestling's like, here's a GM mode, here's a story mode, and then we'll take it all away again.
We're bringing back the Ultimate Warrior.
Like the Mega Evolution that they did in Sword and Shield, like the big versions of the Pokemon,
Yes.
are just big versions of doing normal battles.
Yes.
They have terrible animations.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're so big and they're so slow.
It's not worth it.
No.
My hot take
Sorry.
is that there are too many Pokemon.
Oh,
Like-
Yeah, you're right.
We don't need that many Pokemon.
Yeah.
Taking a game that has a very good number of Pokemon, like the original solid number, right? Okay,
150.
add a couple hundred more. I know. I'm just saying.
Gold and silver.
Add a couple hundred
Awesome.
more. Add a couple hundred more. Okay, you have about 500 Pokemon. That's how many are there now?
900.
Like thousands.
Yeah, about a
Like-
thousand. Yeah.
People got
Too
real mad about
many.
that too.
Yeah, they did.
The
Oh,
problem
yeah.
with Pokemon is, again, I haven't played since like the Game Boy. But
Oh, well,
the
hold
problem
on,
with
Sly,
Pokemon
let me just
is
tell you
they
really
take
fast.
the same game. They take the same game.
Yeah.
They add more creatures. They give you the same story. Nothing changes. It's a little bit prettier. There's more Pokemon to catch. That's not innovation. And I know it's Nintendo. They don't need to innovate because people are going to buy it regardless. Which
One of the
It's kinda
highest selling
bullshit.
Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Or
It's kinda
most of the highest selling
We'll say,
Pokemon
well, I
games.
will say, Sly, that this iteration, Sword and Shield, did that where they did not. Hey, we're
I
not
know.
putting all of them in.
Yeah, people
and
got mad at that.
Got
People got
pissed
mad.
about it.
It's
Which
like
is
they just killed their
dumb.
children.
Yeah.
It's dumb. People should demand better from companies, but they're not going to. So companies don't innovate, and that's why we have Nintendo
Like
making
I
you
would-
buy
I
the
would love
same
Pokemon
game
more.
5 million times.
Yeah, I would love Pokemon more if they had added side quests, for example, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like long side quests that you get something at the very end of it, or do like a main quest story.
That's what
Or-
Temtem does.
It would be
Exactly,
really
like-
cool.
Like they did it really really well, and it sucks like they're getting compared to Pokemon because Pokemon is such a gigantic thing, and I think that's why Temtem just
Guys,
kind of fell.
We need to play Temtem.
I'm
It's
down to
still
play Temtem.
it's really active still. You can look at general. I specifically posted a platypus
Oh.
that you can get. It's like
Is that
Temtem.
from Temtem?
He has
Yeah.
different faces.
I got to demo it.
I thought that was Perry.
I got the demo.
Yeah,
last year, and my ass kicked.
Yeah, I did the beta for Temtem. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought Temtem was
own
a
it.
great game.
Yeah.
I own a lot of
I
things
thought it
too,
was a great
Fee.
What?
Like this microphone.
Nothing.
I own this microphone. You see look at all the stuff
I
behind
bought
me.
it with my own money.
No, but Temtem looks like Temtem was fun when I played it. I really, really enjoyed it, and that's like
Yeah.
what I want from Pokemon. But like, I don't know. I've after Sword and Shield, it was probably one of the biggest regrets I've had of buying a game, and I played Cyberpunk.
I can't
I
wait
played
for all of our
Cyberpunk.
Pokemon fan friends to listen to this podcast and just hear us shitting on Pokemon.
Yeah,
and
I'm thinking of a very
fine.
very unique group of people already who are currently also in the Discord.
I'm thinking of a very
Called
specific.
reason. That's all I
Hot
gotta
take.
say.
That's true. I'm thinking of a very specific boy. A very specific boy that is going to be very upset.
Well,
It
you
is.
can come on
I'm
the show
sorry.
sometime and
It
fight
is.
it.
I'm sorry, you
what
like
it is.
bad game.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No,
oof.
here's the thing.
Oh,
Pokemon
no.
is
Got him.
let's make this very
Got
clear.
him.
Pokemon, in some way, shape, or form, has specifically affected us as gamers from the time that we were a young child until now. Should they stay in past decade and then now either create something brand new? Yes. You have an opportunity, fix your stuff, because there's games that are coming out that are better than you, and they're not just like repurposing the same thing and saying it's a new game.
Mhm.
That said, give me a remake of Crystal and I'd be very happy.
Innovation.
Yeah.
All we want.
Remakes are
I
different.
love
though.
I
Sapphire.
Remakes are different though, right? Remakes, just give me the same game again. I will if
Yeah.
you do gold
Because
and
you know what you're
silver
getting
again,
into.
I will buy that shit. Gold and silver, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I'll buy that shit on fucking day one. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But like when your new ones like Sword and Shield are like exactly like gold and silver,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you got a problem.
Please, if
You
they
got a
name it,
problem.
call
I
it
will
Hey-
say-
Hey You Ho Ho.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, oh. I will say that a lot of it. I will say some of it should be put on the community itself, because a lot of the times the community also doesn't kind of know what they want in the Pokemon community. Like a lot of people want a new game with better open world visuals and stuff like that, but another group is just like, just keep it exactly the same. And I feel like that's who they listen to for some reason. It's like, just keep it exactly the same. Give me all 5 million of my Pokemon. Let me
It's
move
not
it
even
from
all
my
5
Game
million.
Boy.
It's not even all 5 million,
Well,
right?
there's-
The real
Where's
reason is because we
compromise?
keep buying the games, and if we keep buying the
Yeah.
games, they're going to keep making the games that you think you want, and if you don't buy the
True.
games, they stop making those games.
Yeah, well, that's the company.
But I think that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, continue. No, you continue.
That's the company. I mean, them taking out Pokemon was them trying something new, and we all saw how that worked out for them. So I doubt they're gonna try anything new from here on out. That new, I mean.
No.
Pokemon Sword and Shield sold 20.35 million copies as of Q3 2020.
It's insane.
There is no way they're going to change this formula. The next one's going to be, I don't know, Rock, Emerald, and whatever it's going to be. I don't know what they're going to name it. But it's
It's gonna be
the
Spoon and
same
Fork.
thing.
They're running
Yeah,
out of
Spoon and
ideas.
Fork.
Spoon
There
and
we go.
Fork.
Spoon and
Fork.
Fork, yeah.
Paper and pen.
Paper.
You're welcome,
pen,
Pokemon.
Exactly.
Nintendo,
Exactly.
come at me.
Oh, what were
but
we,
no, I think
what were you gonna say, Fee?
Thing, oh, sorry. Yeah, Figo.
no, you go.
I was just gonna say about like people complaining about like
Fee, I
The-
swear to God.
people that are complaining about not having all their Pokemon. I feel like Nintendo should just be like, or the Pokemon company should just be like, let's just get 150 new Pokemon, just brand new Pokemon, instead of rehashing the old ones.
Mhm.
Because I feel like that would keep it fresh a little bit more too.
So there is the Generation Black and White, which did that, and I think was, according to some people, yeah, it seemed very successful. The original half of the game is before you think you beat it. You just get all new Pokemon all the way through, and then I think
Yeah.
the last half is when the old people start showing up. But yeah, do it again. Why not?
Not saying I'll buy it, but do it again.
Yeah, just do it again.
I won't buy it, but once you guys do something cool, I might buy
Yeah,
it.
once you change it up.
Oh, man.
I just think that with the mechanics that they have currently, like the fighting mechanics, like you guys have it down packed. Like keep that the way that it is. By all means, like if you want to use the fighting styles that you do, by all means. But there's things like Ooblets, Temtems, even Ni no Kuni, like the original, had like you get these creatures and then you fight them, but then you had these storylines that you had to go off and do. Whereas with Pokemon, it's just very bare bones. And I think they're missing opportunities when they could be introducing, like, they have a freaking TV show. Introduce, like, you show them for a very short period of time. Like, add more to that depth. Like, add more to that storyline. They kind of did it a little bit during some of the newer games, but not to the extent that I think that they should. And I think that they could make, like, a good game. Like, to a lot of people, it's a great game, fantastic. But there's something beyond great, and I think that they're just very much leaning on everyone's going to buy the game because it's Pokemon. Whereas if you want to get more people and you want to continue to have, like, the people who've been with you since day one, you need to grow. And they've missed that opportunity. So I think I agree with the hot take that it's just like a reskinning of the same game over and over and over again. Once again, does not mean that we hate Pokemon here. It's just we think that they could do a lot better, and there's games that are coming out by, like, major, like, labels to indie platformers that are doing better.
And Temtem
Good.
Oh, sorry.
No, good.
I just wanted to say the last thing. Temtem has a great online system too. Nintendo, fix your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo, fix your shit.
Yeah, Nintendo, fix your shit.
Also, WWE, fix your shit. Your games suck. I hate playing them.
You can fucking suck WWE.
Thank you for.
I mean, yeah, that too.
Thank you for flying me out to Las Vegas to play them, though. I very much appreciate it. If you want to still do that, please do that.
Mario, why do you shit on them?
Shit on them some more.
Because that game sucked. Legit. The game sucks.
It's my principle. Like, if the game sucks, the game sucks.
Yeah, the game still sucks. Either way, I still had a great experience. I met Ric Flair. It was wonderful.
I leave you. I have one question for all of you in terms of Pokemon. Do you think Professor Oak is banging Ash's mom?
Yes.
1,000%.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Do you think he just sent Ash out just to, like? Get the kid out
No,
of the
I
house,
think it's
Wait.
a rite of passage. I think it's a rite of passage, but, like, the boning is just a supplement thing that comes with the rite of passage.
I don't like the way you said that.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I'm realizing right now that every single Pokemon game, it's always the mom staying at home and then the dad going out doing something. I would like a game where it's the opposite.
There was I don't know if you heard the great theory that all the fathers died in a great war.
Mm-hmm. And all
Some of
the
the dads are like
all the professors are
Pokemon
banging
trainers.
them.
Some of them are like gym
The
leaders.
Great War of
but, like,
Pokemon.
I agree with you. I 100% agree
I do.
with you.
The Poke Wars.
The Poke Wars of 2005.
God.
All right.
Are we doing any more? Okay.
The last segment,
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
we-
listener questions. Fee, take it
Hell
away.
yeah. Hell yeah. We're gonna. I'm just joking. We're not gonna skip the first one. Thank you, Bafana, for asking us a question. It's really nice of you. This question though. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay, kids? Let's
Yeah.
start off with Sly.
Hot take. Pineapple makes my stomach upset, so I can't eat it. So I do not eat it on pizza. If you want to eat it on pizza, good for you. If you don't want to eat it on pizza, good for you. Do what you want with your
That's not a
life.
hot take.
Live your life.
That's not a
Fuck
hot
your
take.
shit.
It's a listener
I don't
question,
care.
not a hot take.
I get shit for
Okay.
this all the fucking time in my chat.
Do
is
you?
That I enjoy pineapple on pizza.
Hell yeah, Harv.
I
Good
enjoy
for
it.
you, dude. Good for you.
What do you get with- what do you get with it,
Mario.
though? Mario's sitting back here like,
Mario.
I'm looking
fuck
up
all
something.
y'all.
He's looking up something.
Yeah.
I
He's
get
ordering a
pineapple.
pineapple pizza right now.
pineapple and ham. That's what you get.
Pineapple and ham? I do pineapple
Yeah.
bacon.
Pineapple bacon's fine too. You get the sweet and you get the savory. Bam,
Mhm.
done.
So
Yeah. How about you, Mario?
So pineapple eats you is the only fruit that eats you. So no, I don't like pineapple. I don't know if you know this, but pineapple apparently eats back the person eating it. No, fuck pineapple. It doesn't belong on pizza. I'm a half Italian. Fuck you. No, don't put
Mario.
that on the pizza.
You put ketchup in your spaghetti.
I haven't done that in years. I haven't done that since I was a wee lad.
Your opinions are invalid.
I put ketchup on macaroni and
as
cheese.
Something I've learned over the past few months. You put ketchup on tamales, and apparently that's a sacred sin. So I'm just gonna say that. I like pineapple on pizza. I used to, when I ate chicken on the regular basis, I used to get it was a barbecue chicken pizza with onions and pineapple on it. It was fantastic. It was like a smoky barbecue, delicious. But yeah, I like pineapple on pizza. Yeah. If you don't like it, then too bad.
I don't order it usually. But if I see it on the table, I'm like, you know what? Let's get some pineapple on pizza. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm not gonna go out of my way and be like, I want pineapple on pizza today.
Yeah.
My only problem is when there's tomato sauce and pineapple, because that's a lot of acidity. So I need something different as a base for me to be able to be like, you know what, this makes sense. Because tomatoes, pineapple, I die. Like
too much acid.
I die. It's death.
Yeah, you just start seeing things, all that acid.
All right. Well, from what I hear, we're definitely a pro pineapple on pizza podcast. I do not care what Mario says. And
we're neutral. Excuse you.
Pineapples are vampires.
Mario,
don't fall for the agenda.
On Sunday, Mario, I'm going to order us a heart-shaped pineapple pizza.
Oh my god. All right. Next. I'm going to pronounce his last name incorrectly. My absolute apologies. But Mike
Ruiz.
Okay, my apologies.
Shout out to Mike. Ruiz. I haven't seen him in a long time. I saw him at Kind of Funny Live.
Mike. Woo! Specifically ask this to Mario because none of us are a part of it. Hey, so what's happening at that old Dual Shockers, my friend?
Well, thank you, Mike Ruiz, former of Dual Shockers, for asking this question.
So you're saying Mike already knows?
He knows. He knows a lot, but he's asking it for your benefit, apparently. Well,
we don't know what's going on.
I'm pointing it at the audience. This is me pointing at the audience.
Oh, the audience.
The audience, yes. Yes, people are going to listen.
Do you think anybody's going to listen this long?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a 2-part video. This is a shorter video, so enjoy. Okay. Well, I shouldn't really go into a lot, but I will go off of basically everything else that everyone else has said and say that recently, Dual Shockers was purchased by a new company. I'm not going to say the company's name. And the owners, are leaving, and we're going to be managed by this new place. And again, I'm trying to be selective with words, but there was supposed to be a 90-day sort of like adjustment period in which we would still exist as normal, but they would have funnel in some things and possibly make some changes, and then people would get opportunities from there and such. That did not happen. Changes happened day one, dramatically. And if anyone has watched or read or seen our website, very much in your same veins of your Kotakus and your Polygons, where we were just reporting the news, reporting guides, people were writing editorials on things that they believe and feel, their opinion pieces really, and then of course reviews, so we can be on Metacritic, and previews that we get from publishers. Those are all of our key pillars, and then of course another one obviously is that we have a focus on Japanese games and also for accessibility in games, from Ben Bayless, who did a tremendous job here at Dual Shockers. But essentially, so the 90 days thing didn't happen. Major changes have happened where in terms of the editorial choices were not ideal, and in a lot of ways was done seemingly on purpose to push us out. And one by one, a staff of 24 is now a staff of 4, I believe, because 20 of us have all left. I left yesterday at this point of this recording. But yeah, I was holding on because I was hoping that there was opportunities to be in the forefront, and it was becoming clear to me that there would be none, and at what cost. And then other things happened. I won't get into what else happened, but that then allowed me to be like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just remove myself from this situation and wish everyone the best. And yeah, so there we are. Dual Shockers, as I knew it, is a wonderful group of people that came together to talk about family, and it's very fun games and act as a family in terms of how we did things. We did things obviously to write and make videos and make content for people, and that came to close really fast. So, but shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here. And you have your integrity intact at least,
Yeah, so I get to move on and see what are the other things that I can develop and create along with all of you and everything in the future.
Hell yeah.
It's exciting times.
Yeah, so that's what happened to DS.
It's a jazz party.
It's a jazz party.
Fun. Guys,
that is an inside joke for nobody.
Mario learned how to jazz hands.
Oh my god.
Do it. Do your jazz hands.
We're going to talk about that.
What? Jazz hands.
We're all jazz handsing.
Oh, now we're jazz hands.
We're not doing
except for Harv. There we go.
Oh, that's what I was doing. Yes.
Pope sprinkling holy water, throwing hands.
We do the unscrewing the light bulb dance.
Fair enough.
What about cooking? Just like
for audio listeners, this is really bad for you. I'm sorry.
Captions just they all wiggle hands.
I don't know what Frank was doing, but it looked like he had a pan in his hand and he was
cooking,
scraping the bacon grease off the bottom of the pan.
You flip it, you do the little flip for the pancake, and you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, that's all right. And to our last question from Nick ?
Nick Blaine.
I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. I could not remember how to spell his
Shotgun,
name.
aka Shotgun McPain, Nick Blaine, my former video editor.
Oh, as well. Okay. By the way, I do know you guys. It's just a matter
I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry. I didn't want to spell it wrong. I was hoping somebody else would put it.
Here's the thing. This is now, if you do not change your Twitter name to Nick ? And you have to type out ? I'm gonna be very upset with you. So from Nick ? Where am I to cry about pod racing now? Great question.
Here, come on the show.
Yeah,
come on the show. We will cry about pod racing. It'll be great. We will get you some popcorn because that's obviously fantastic. We'll all share a drink. I'm not sharing the one drink because that's literally impossible. And we'll talk about pod racing and whatever else you'd like to talk about. I'm happy to sit down and talk with you, Nick. ? Absolutely. That's probably the podcast that Fiona will sit out on. But do like Star Wars. I just cannot hold up a conversation compared to my co-hosts. So
Fee doesn't want to hear me yell about Star Wars more than she already has had to. That's what she's saying.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Is this pod racing?
But no.
Are we pod racing right now?
We're racing to the finish.
Oh dear Lord! All right, but no.
The finish of this podcast.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, thank you so much for everyone who's sent us questions. If you haven't had the opportunity to do so, because this is our first live recording. By live recording, I mean we're recording right now and got your questions earlier on. By all means, we will be asking for your questions probably the day before, if we're being really proactive, on the Discord, which we will have links to, as well as the Twitter. So keep your eyes out on there because we always love to get some questions from the audience. Also, probably going to grab some hot takes from you guys in the future. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for those questions. They were freaking-tastic.
Guys, that was episode 1 of the Point in Progress podcast, where This is
Golf
one stop
claps.
for all your news, recommendations, all your spicy takes with 5 friends, 3 different time zones in 2 different countries that we discuss every week. Oh my God, that was terrible. That was terrible.
You're doing so well.
Going out strong.
As we discuss all things we love while still thinking critically of them. Sly, where can we find you on all the social medias, and what have you been up to?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at SlyclunMC. I'm not gonna spell it. I'm dyslexic. It's below.
It'll be in the description.
Below me, or it's in the description, or it's in the transcript. You'll find it somewhere.
Sounds good. Fee, where can everybody find you? What have you been up to?
Well, you can find me here. Because I will be sitting here until next week. I'm joking.
I mean, we're all going to be sitting at this desk until next week. This is our life now. This is our life now.
This is our life. This is our life. You can find me online at Zeranix. I'm not going to spell it because everyone likes to comment on how you pronounce Z below. And you can also...
So you did it anyway.
We're not having this discussion right now. That'll be my hot take someday. We'll get into that later on. So you can find me on the internet there. I Twitch stream. I will be Twitch streaming again. And posting it on Twitter as well. And you can also find me over at the Penultimate Conquest at the Cross Media Show. Each week I'm sitting down with 3 fantastic people, Christian, Ryan, and Ruben, and we're all talking about the final season of Attack on Titan, because you know what? I thought I'd end up talking about anime again. We talk about the final season each episode. I cry sometimes. It's great. I will continuously bring up anime until this podcast is over. All right, that's where you can find me, bitches.
Jesus. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
You went hard.
Yeah.
Hard in the fucking paint right there. Jesus.
I think you just like antagonize everybody to go look at what you're doing.
You're either gonna look at this podcast or you're gonna leave, or I'm gonna break your kneecaps. One or the other.
Yeah. Damn, okay.
I'm ho-weezing.
All right then. Frank, where can we find you? What have you been working on?
You can find me on Twitter at Frank V at Venom Unfit Snake. You can also find me in this box that I'm in, as you can see. Here. Yeah, I'm stuck in this box that we're in. So please, somebody send help.
True.
If
Somebody send help.
And what I'm doing, man, I'm doing this. This is it right here.
Heck yes, dude.
This is where I'm making my stand.
Yes.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Mario, where can we find you? What have you been working on?
Well, you can't find me at Dual Shockers anymore.
We can't see that
too
anymore.
soon.
God damn it, tsunami.
They already kicked me out of the email. I already got kicked out of the Slack so far. Yeah, you can find me here, obviously, on the Point in Progress podcast, of course, our YouTube channel. When we eventually get our vanity URL, please, Point in Progress. Yes, we're also on Twitch. Hopefully, we'll be streaming some stuff, so that'd be great. We'll talk about that at a future date. I have some I'm working on as well that hopefully will come out in a future date. And you'll most likely, if you want to find me personally, will be on Twitter at twitter.tv, twitter.com/thatMarioRivera, youtube.com/thatMarioRivera, and also probably on no, I'm kidding. I was gonna say OnlyFans.
On home video? On home video?
On home video.
I knew it.
I'm out there. I got to do some. Please pay me. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll
Everybody knows you're a published author, so we need to...
Please pay me.
We got to talk about that, don't we?
One day, not now.
Yeah.
But one day we will elaborate on the published
Save
author.
it for the pitch.
Oh, no.
Save it for the pitch.
Oh, there you go.
Well, you can find me at Beard in the Hair on every social media except YouTube. That's Beard in the Hair Gaming. I just put out a new project up on my YouTube, Beard in the Hair Gaming, which is a one-on-one discussion with small streamers about why they make the content that they do, how do they get into content creation, and what do they see, where do they see their content going forward. It's a lot of fun. It's like a short little
It's very good.
45-minute.
Very
I've
good.
only done the one episode. I am excited to keep going with it. It's going to be a weekly thing.
So good.
And also, you can find me here on Point in Progress It's Point in Progress on every social media,
Yeah.
right? That we have.
So our link tree is Point in Progress. Our Twitter is Point in Progress. Instagram, podcast services, it's Point in Progress Podcast. Twitch, Point in Progress. Discord, bit.ly/pip-discord. We're on Facebook. And YouTube is bit.ly/pip YouTube. No dash in the YouTube.
Well, once we get 100 subs on there, we'll have a custom link for that.
Yes.
So that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great.
That
Guys,
should be goal number 1. Get that
Goal
on.
Oh,
number
no,
one.
we already have a goal.
By next week, we got this, guys.
Oh, let's do it.
And that's we're
No,
getting
our
Christina
goal-
Wilson on the podcast.
Christina Wilson
Yes.
is the goal.
Christina Wilson,
Wilson,
if you're watching this for some reason,
Please
come on the
You're going to
podcast.
understand that while you listen to this podcast, everyone watches Hell Kitchen but me. So
Hell's Kitchen.
That could
Christina
be the
Wilson,
week you
I know you're a
skip out on
gamer.
Mario.
Mario will be on that episode. We'll have Christina Wilson there for that one.
Oh my god.
replacing Mario.
I will die.
Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you everybody that's listening and watching. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you guys next week. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Bye guys.